Hi Taurus, welcome to a reading for you guys for March 2025. If your sun is in Taurus, if your moon is in Taurus, your personal planets, so Venus, if your rising sign is in Taurus, this is going to be a great overview for you for the month of March. See what's coming up for you guys and how you can best use the energy. Also, if like your boo's in Taurus or your mom's in Taurus or you just want to watch a Taurus video, you are welcome to be here. We are going to lay out a few oracle cards and then we'll go ahead and do a Celtic cross and see what is coming up for you guys for the month. I am really excited about these March readings. I keep saying that because it keeps being true. We are coming into spring if you're here in the Northern Hemisphere, and things are just picking up. There's some really amazing astrology as I am doing these readings at the end of February. For the last few weeks in February that are going to kind of shoot us forward into March and beyond. Mars is going direct. It's been indirect for a long time. So if you've been feeling sluggish, if you have felt through February or sort of the beginning of the year that it was just hard to motivate or energy was tough to kind of get through or get started, projects get started, you weren't alone. Mars is going to be going direct and direct in Leo. So we're going to pick up, feel a little bit more fire, a lot more drive, a lot more direction, a lot more motivation. So Taurus, that is all great news if you've been feeling a little bit of a sleepy start to the year, or not even sleepy, but just like hard to kind of get what you want to get going kind of a thing. So that's all shifting. And then, you know, spring in the Northern Hemisphere is coming up. So it's just the time of renewal. It's the time of like, you know, buds and birds and getting outside again and all kinds of stuff that actually Taurus just absolutely loves. And your birthday is coming up, Taurus. Well, I guess in a couple of months. All right, let's see what your first energy is right out of the gate. Ooh, the nectar. Speaking of buds and birds and bees, ooh, how are you replenishing yourself, Taurus, coming up in March? There's a real feeling of like deep rest and leaning into what really nourishes you. Is that really good foods? Is it a person? Is it a place? And also being that for other people, really like enjoying the nectar of life and leaning into pleasure as a source of renewal. Taurus, as a sign, as an archetype, your senses, I mean, people say that Taurus is sensual, but you literally are a sign, a person that needs sensual stimulation in order to feel good, like good taste, beautiful things for the eyes, something that just like feels good on your skin, high quality clothing or clothing that feels like amazing and beautiful and gorgeous, the smell of flowers, like you are refueled by sensory input that is luxurious and stimulating and soothing and gorgeous. So let's see how this relates to the rest of your reading, but already that is like feeling so beautiful. Okay, this is from an herb deck. We've got Clear the Way, Sage. Ooh, interesting. So a little bit of energy of like, what do you need to let go of in order for the new to come through? And sage is often used, it's used to clear energy, clear spaces, clear the air. I think actually like scientifically I shouldn't say this because I don't know 100%. If you do, feel free to like leave it in the comments or correct me, but I think it like actually acts on a microbial level, like really actually cleansing a space and alleviating, like relieving the space of things that no longer, should be there and allowing more space for spirit to fill. It's also a protector. Look at all of these like crows or ravens that are coming here with bones, and bones are such a metaphor for like our real truth. You know, when nothing is left, our bones remain. So who are you truly at your core, Taurus? And really coming back to that and having spirit actively support you in bringing back pieces of that. If you have forgotten, if you have like been feeling less than, or have lost some of your courage, or have lost some of your self-esteem recently for whatever reason, know that March is going to be a time when you will be encouraged to come back to feeling very refueled in a really beautiful way. Ooh, it's feeling good. It's feeling really, really good. All right, what else do we have here? Freedom. Love this journey for you. This could absolutely be like new love coming in. Look at the like love heart there in the middle, just radiating out. I don't normally say that with this card, but it's really giving me like relationship vibes, new love vibes, but celebration, feeling free. And, you know, we feel this way when we get rid of things, especially like emotional baggage, right? There can just be like, oh my gosh, the air feels amazing to breathe. Like we feel lighter, we feel more expansive in our space. We feel like it's easier to move around. So whatever you're clearing out here, Taurus, there's just going to be a real feeling of delight for you through the month of March. This is really an encouraging moment too, to like release anything that no longer serves you in a really big way in order to feel better. Okay, last oracle card here, the soul and passion. Wow, what a coming home, Taurus. Like March for you might really feel like just letting the old go, grieving the old way, letting go of anything that doesn't serve you, especially emotionally, as this like the tears, these like huge waterfalls fall, and growing and letting all of that transform you, these butterflies, into your whole next vision of who you might be. We have the 14, 1 and 4 is 5, and the 5s are all about change and dynamic movement moving forward. So really exciting. Let's go ahead and lay these cards out and see what else you guys have going on. I will put all of the decks in the box below in case you are excited to check any of them out. I've been having so much fun using this one. Tattoo, it's the Tattoo Tarot. It's something in ink and something. Tattoo and ink, I forget. It's really fun. Okay, Taurus for March 2025. Here we go. All right, Taurus, so what's your central theme? Let's see, can you see all of these? Sort of, kind of? I'm working with like some big cards here, so trying to find all of their space. Find your light, actors, find your light. Isn't that something they say for actors? Okay, I don't know, I'm not an actor. Okay, Taurus, what's your central theme through the month of March? Oh, Knave of Cups, really beautiful. This has actually come up for a couple of different readings now, actually, in different ways. This is akin to the Page of Cups. So new beginnings, feeling very innocent, feeling very excited, open heart, curious. This is like little kids, like little toddlers in a room, like getting to know each other. They're excited. They like don't have, there's no holds barred. They're just like walking up to people, giving a hug, like giving a big kiss on the cheek. Pages are also indicative of messages out, but messages in, receiving messages. It could be receiving messages of love. There's new starts here. This could absolutely be a new relationship, but very like young, very innocent, a pure energy here through the month of March. Really like looking around you, almost like you are opening a window in Alice in Wonderland and being like, what's out here? It's like a whole new world. This is really a sense of renewal. And again, really could match with like letting go of something. Maybe this is like fully recovered from a breakup or fully recovered from a transition in life and kind of just stepping out again and feeling good and ready to like reconnect with the world. Ooh, and it's crossed by Temperance. Really beautiful. Actually, I haven't seen this card before, I don't think. So Temperance is a card about balance, but it's not that you are going to feel balanced. We oftentimes see Temperance come up when there are opposites to connect, right? Temperance is the eye of the storm. You don't need an eye of the storm if there isn't a storm already in place, right? You don't need to balance if there isn't something out of balance. So Temperance comes, right? You can see like the wind here already. It's dynamic where she is. She's flying in space here and pouring water from one cup into the other. It's a juggling act and someone who is an energy that is very at home, very embodied in being the center, very centered, very grounded. So as a crossing card, this helps you and hinders you this month. And I'm getting the sense this is like 90-10, right? Temperance, this energy is really going to allow you to flourish this month. Especially, it's a really beautiful combination with the Knave of Cups because this is such a young energy that even though its benefits are being unguarded and totally open and ready for new experiences, it doesn't have a lot of experience. So sometimes there's not that maturity. Sometimes it can get shut down easily, right? It can get hurt feelings easily. So having this balance is actually really clutch, Taurus. This is a really amazing start to the month. Let's go ahead, or to your reading, let's go ahead and see what's here in the subconscious for you guys. Hello, the Empress. This is like you showing yourself in this reading, Taurus. The Empress is such a powerful, beautiful card. I absolutely love this character in the tarot. She is the embodiment of all of the queens. She is absolute luxury. She is fertility. She is so magnetic that opportunities just flock to her. It's feminine manifestation, meaning the more that you rest, the more you know your worth, the more you come into just full alignment with yourself and your sense of sensuality. She's very sensual. You will attract what is perfect for you. You will attract opportunities, relationships, whatever it is that you're looking for. The eagle here, which I haven't seen really associated in a lot of her cards, symbolizes vision. It's also a symbol for Aquarius. Aquarius and Leo are actually both represented on this card. So if you have one of those, this is an extra special message for you, doubles down on this energy for you of being like so empowered in your feminine energy. You know your worth, you know your place, which is like first and foremost. It's also like indulgent. You know that you have clear vision, right? The Queen of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, you have all of the money and resources you need, and you know how to wield them, and you also know how to provide for other people. You are passionate, confident, creative, and you have, what's the other one? Oh, a full heart, a full open heart, and the ability to empathize and be psychic and really sit with other people in their pain and in their passion. Really beautiful. And to see this in the subconscious here for your month, Taurus, really says that the month of March is going to be built off of these belief systems in your head. So, and in your body, and it's just fully embodied in the world in a way that is here to create. You are just creation itself. So also, this is also a warning and or supportive. Like if you are trying to get pregnant, the Empress is a great card to find. If you're trying to like grow a garden, which in our spring can be a really great place to start. There's like a lot of fertility here, a lot of, ways that things could grow. So take that either way. If you want to be careful, be careful. Okay. What are you excited to bring in this month? Strength. Oh, interesting. Okay, amazing. So again, if you have strong Leo placements, there's a lot of Leo going on here. This is Leo's card. But strength is really a card about controlling our inner lion, being the center of the storm. It really is. Strength shows up oftentimes when we have something we have to be strong for. It's tenacity, it's fortitude, it's it's like succumbing, it's not overcoming with fighting. It's like overcoming the inner demons so you can show up in exactly the way that you want to, right? It's a really beautiful card. And actually, let me just go ahead and clarify this. What else can we say for Taurus that would be helpful in this March reading about this strength card? This is in the position of what you guys are drawing forward towards you, manifesting this month, becoming stronger, building your own sense of strength. Whoops. All right. Two flew out here. So we have the Eight of Pentacles in reverse and the Ten of Wands. So it could be a real reversal here. There's something you've been working on. You are focused on working less or becoming less of a workaholic, or taking something that you have been working on, like maybe you're trying to shift jobs or careers or whatever, something like that, or you've been head down and really focused at your job and unable to like be with family or be with your health or be with whatever it is. There's a reversal of that you're really focused on. I feel like you're really trying to be strong here for your values and towards a new sense of north that you have set recently. So even if we're coming back to these cards, it's like, I feel like you're coming back to the sweetness of life, Taurus. Maybe that you're coming out of a period of like really head down focus, transition, work on a project, and you're clearing out a lot of space right now in order to feel lighter, in order to come back to what brings you passion. And it might feel overwhelming in order to like have a foot in both worlds still, right? Like it's hard when you're still trying to keep up your responsibilities, but also realizing that things have to change. Oh, I do need to go to the gym more for my my mental, emotional, and physical health. Oh, I do need to spend more time with my partner if I'm going to keep that relationship going. Oh, I do need to spend time with my kids. Oh, I do actually need to study instead of going out so much, right? So there can be a lot to consider when you are kind of undoing patterns that you are really good at doing. And Taurus, you are very good at doing work, right? Like you are just the workhorse. Like you will head down, focus, get some things done, get out of your way. It's going to be done, and it's going to be done so effing fabulously. So I get the sense you are really trying to create something new this month, Taurus, and you are holding on to this true north and this like this inner strength to keep the needle focused where you want instead of new patterns. And where you are going, this is such a beautiful combo. Where you are going, where you're so focused on, is reconnecting to your deep sense of self-worth, self-confidence, beauty, and ease of life. It's like I really feel this like deep sense of pulling from what was hard, what was like really like overworking, towards something that feels lighter, beautifully more aligned for you. Love this journey for you, Taurus. Okay, what has been in your recent past? The Queen of Swords, love that. And what is coming up for you? The Knight of Cups. Well, hello. If you are looking for a relationship, could be one on the board. If you do find a relationship out of this dynamic, it's likely going to be a little unequal, right? Like Queen of Swords is like a more mature character than the Knight of Cups, but let's take it one card at a time. The Queen of Cups representing something, an energy that you're just coming out of. This is clear vision. It is logic. It is forward thinking. It is seeing the bigger picture. This Queen of Swords is a little feisty though. She may be much more intellectual than she is connected to her heart. So the Queen of Swords, this character can have a really beautiful balance of heart and head. She's looking like ready to fight though. Queen of Swords often has the sword up, like it is not in play. But in the past, there could have been a part of you that was really fighting something, maybe actively with other people, maybe yourself, fighting an image, I want to say. There was something here in the recent past that caused you to really like defend yourself, stand up for yourself, have words I'm hearing with other people. Tell me what would be helpful for Taurus to know. How can we clarify the Queen of Swords? Wow, okay. There's just a lot of cards, so we're going to continue on with this. Sometimes there's like a huge story to tell, but I can't read all of those at once. So just one card here. One card to clarify the Queen of Swords in the recent past for Taurus. The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. So maybe there was some kind of an upset here in the recent past around something that didn't work out, a project that didn't work out, or someone that didn't come through on something. You had an expectation with someone that they were going to continue something for you, or continue to work with you on something, or continue to get something done for you, and they fell through. And you thought that they were reliable. You thought that they were just the person who was going to be perfect for the job, that there was no way that they were going to fail or leave you or leave the project. And they did. And you were ready to fight about it. So really like feeling a sense of defense. But you know, when we're in this position, it's oftentimes a lot of feeling underneath, right? It's the grief, it's the sadness, it's actually a sense of loss that brings us to have words, or brings us to cut off our heart in order to prioritize our logic or vision or harsh words. So, bringing you to the Knight of Cups, whatever didn't work out here, if you are looking for love, this is absolutely an indication that something is coming for you, Taurus. There's a person on the horizon bringing you a gorgeous cup of love. And I love that your central theme here is you being open to it. You are newly ready, Taurus. You are newly ready to like meet someone, if this is about a relationship, or if it's an opportunity for like an adventure. But beware, the Knight of Cups is an exceptionally romantic character. He will come in and swoop you off your feet, but like he also sometimes doesn't have he doesn't have the like plan to really like root it forward, or to like root the plan in place. I'll give you a real life example. And this guy is like so my real life example of the Knight of Cups. I had a friend who met this man. She was looking for a relationship. And he came in, just swooped her off her feet. He said, I have this sailboat across the world. Do you want to come there and check it out with me? She did. They had this like whirlwind romance. He just told her she was the cat's meow, which she is. So that was perfect. But he also said, you know, as their relationship progressed over the series of like a few months into 6 months, hey, I'm really seeing marriage for us on the table, and I'd love to like, you know, be with you. And my friend was very clear about wanting kids, and he wanted kids too. So I started to ask some questions like, okay, great. Like, what kind of work does he do? Like, how is he going to provide for you guys? Or how are you going to provide for, like, how's all that going to work out? And she's like, well, I don't know. He's not really working right now. But, you know, he said that like we could maybe have kids and raise them on the sailboat and like travel around the world. And what an amazing, gorgeous, romantic adventure. And he meant every single word. He would have done that with and for her. But he was swept up in the moment. And when push comes to shove, like, how are you going to take care of those kiddos? How are you going to provide for a family? And who knows, like maybe it would have worked out. Things do work out all of the time. But the Knight of Cups does not have the forethought, and he is not thinking of that when he's proposing. So, and that's also the strata of the Knight, right? The Knights are like that energy of sort of like that teenager energy of like all or nothing, black or white. Are you in or are you out? And as we mature, we kind of realize like, oh, there's a lot of gray in between all the time. Okay, interesting. So the Four of Swords, and I kind of love this coupled with the Empress here, might be met in a period of rest for you. And I love that it's the Four of Swords because we really have this very strong image in the recent past of being like on guard, sword up, ready to fight, ready to like, you know, be defensive here. And the Four of Swords has us resting, especially from communication, especially from battle. Right? This is literally like the traditional Four of Swords card is laid out like this, and it is resting from battle. The swords are up. We're resting. We're healing. And so in that space, you really might come to find someone who is excited to meet you, someone who's excited to partner with you. And if that's not romantically, it could be in any other area of life. And if you're already partnered, this could absolutely be about a really beautiful rekindling, or maybe you as a couple meet someone else who is excited to, like maybe it's your real estate agent and they find you the perfect house, or there's some kind of really beautiful connection here coming for you, Taurus, in the future of love, of connection that's going to support love and connection. And I'm feeling it, and it's feeling really good for you. Okay, how are you feeling about all of this, Taurus? Oh, the Ace of Cups in reverse. Well, hang in there because you've got a lot of stuff coming. You might be feeling like you've had to do a lot of work to self-soothe yourself, Taurus. Like you've had to do a lot of work recently. You've had to be really strong. You're very focused on like bringing in this strength because you're like, yeah, I've had to do a lot of the emotional labor. I've had to like be strong for myself. I have had to fill my own cup. You know, when we see the ace, any ace really, but the Ace of Cups especially, it's a gift of love. We're feeling overwhelmingly full. And sometimes that happens in life for no good reason. You're like, oh my gosh, it's the most beautiful day. I don't know why, but my life feels amazing right now. At perfect place, perfect time, perfect feeling. It's gorgeous when that happens. Take advantage when that happens. Soak in that feeling when it happens. When we see that in reverse, sometimes it's a time where we could have lost love. So you might be feeling like you've lost a relationship recently, which could absolutely have been the case in your recent past. And you might, more than that, be thinking or feeling recently that like you've had to do a lot of the self-soothing. You've had to fill your own cup. You've had to, you know, do a lot of the emotional caretaking recently. So let's just go ahead and see. I feel like a lot of that's changing for you, Taurus, especially like with these freedom cards and like really all of this emphasis on leaning into pleasure. And like the Empress is all about self-care. She's even like looking this way, which is interesting. I noticed that when we first pulled the card, but we didn't have anything for her to look at. But I feel like this Empress here in the subconscious is like really focused on like, don't even worry about it. I've got you. Like deep down, we know how resourced we are. We know how much like how worthy and how much like we can do to get you back on track. So let's just get a clarifier here. Is there a clarifier for the Ace of Cups in reverse here. Oh, well, yeah, there you go. It's been a time that it's been hard to find the strength to keep going, maybe. Taurus, have you been feeling really like, oh my gosh, when is this period going to end? When is this period of transition or this tough patch or like whatever it is? And I'm telling you, you're doing great. You're doing really, really good. So keep the faith, keep going. Okay, people, places around you this month, Taurus, what is that looking like for you? Okay, Nine of Swords. So there could be fear around you, anxiety around you this month. And if you are, well, really anywhere in the world right now, March 2025, there is a lot of fear in the world. There is a lot of anxiety in the world. There's a lot of unknown when it comes to economic, political stability, all of it, right? So there's a lot of thinking, there's a lot of messaging, there's a lot of messaging on the news. There's a lot of, like, you can't get away from hearing things that are anxiety provoking. And that's kind of always the case with media in general, right? But like, especially now, we are getting so many messages about fear and how things are changing and all of it. So you might be plugged into people this month that are sort of like particularly susceptible to that messaging. And you might be the strong person, Taurus. You might have to be the strong person that, if you're interacting with a lot of people this month, might have to be the eye of the storm. Look at you. You are so resourced, Taurus, for exactly this, the antidote to this. It doesn't mean that you have to, because that's a big ask, right? Especially if you are going through something, but you might be resourced enough to really show up for people, places, things this month that might help soothe them. You've got this Temperance card. You've got this really sweet Knave of Cups card here, just putting you in that soft, sweet, gorgeous, beautiful heart. So we've got the Queen of Swords that is clarifying the Knight of Swords here. And this just kind of doubles down on that message, Taurus. If you do come into contact or experience with people, places, things this month that are feeling or bringing about anxiety or like fears to the surface, you could be the healing balm this month. And it might actually feel like a really good place to be. This might actually really help you further your own sense of strength, of holding an open heart, and of being kind of like the eye of the storm. So it's a really beautiful message, actually, and a gift you can give other people that will like give back to you tenfold. Okay, what are you biggest hopes and biggest fears for the month? Four of Coins. Oh, so there are things here that you don't want to let go of quite yet. There's a feeling of like, you know, needing to shed the skin. There's this snake here, and not really wanting to, like wanting to keep what you have. The Four of Coins is about kind of being miserly in your money and your wealth and your resources, wanting to hold it more than like circulate it. And especially in times of transition, and just also Taurus with like your energy in general. The Taurus is an archetype, likes to be solid in things, likes to be firm and have like a foundational sense of wealth and materials. And you could be a person that likes to hold things, hold on to things, especially your money. You love to save, you love to be frugal. So what advice can we give Taurus with this Four of Coins? There could be a real fear of letting go and of releasing things that might feel really comforting to you, even though by releasing them, you will come into a lot more freedom and have a lot more space for spirit to come in and feel that. You have to let go of your mind around it. So it's just soothing the mind. It's letting go of this defense, Taurus. There's a real sense of like, you can't logic your way through this one. You have to just allow the transition, or allow whatever is like leaving to leave, and be really encouraged to like let things flow, especially monetarily. Like if you can donate this month, or if you can support someone else, or if you can like buy your friend a coffee with that sense of like, you know, the more that I release my money, the more that I like circulate this cash, the more that I like circulate the resources I have to other people that need them, the more that it's going to come back to me. And keep that in mind, especially like emotionally. You could really be showing up emotionally for other people, and it's going to take you really far. Come out of your head. Okay, culmination of your reading, Taurus. What's like the end all be all here? The Four of Cups. Okay, interesting. This is like really a sense of being full up. And I've been seeing the Four of Cups actually a lot for a lot of different readings. So if you are watching any of your other signs, rising, sun, moon sign, Venus sign, and you're getting the Four of Cups again, just know that this is an extra message for you to release. The Four of Cups is full. We are emotionally full. We're so full, we can't take on anything else. Like, the universe is trying to give us more pleasure, more opportunities for growth, more relationships, more happiness, and we can't take it on until we release what is already in our field. You have to grieve, you have to move through, like go to a dance class, get it out of your body, allow whatever is there to just like flow through you, because once you make more space, you will have more freedom. It's right here. Look, we're getting the same messages here. So follow your passion. Follow your passion of the soul. The soul is right here, to what serves you, what feels really good. And by doing that, you're going to have opportunities to release and to come back into more balance. And when you do, it's going to be a whole new vision. It's going to be a whole new world. You're going to see things and think things and say things in a completely new way. It's going to be a gift from the universe in how you could sit in the same seat that you do every day, but it's going to look a totally different outlook because of how far you've come in internal transformation. It's really good, Taurus. You're going to have a fabulous March. I'm really excited for you. Let go of anything that doesn't serve you, and in its place, you're going to find miracles.